Assignment 3.5, Reflect on your sources. Hey there! In today's video, we're going to walk through how to develop the reflective section of your annotated bibliography for your research project. This is step 3.5 or assignment 3.5, where you'll reflect on each of your three sources: your scholarly journal article, your credible online source, and your newspaper article. This part of the assignment helps you think critically about how each source shapes your understanding and supports your argument. Let's break it down together. Before you dive into reflecting, you'll want to revisit each of your sources. This means going back through the content you've already summarized and evaluated. Here's the key. As you review, ask yourself these questions. What new insights or information does this source provide about your topic? This helps you identify what's fresh or different in the source that adds value to your research. How does this source connect to or expand on other sources in your bibliography? You're looking for relationships between your sources. Does this new article support or challenge the ideas in your other sources? And lastly, are there any specific points from this source that could strengthen your argument? Think about how you can integrate this source into your work. Maybe it backs up a claim, provides a critical counterpoint, or gives you an example that could really make your argument sparkle. Now that you've reviewed your sources, it's time to reflect on each one's usefulness. You'll write a paragraph for each source answering these questions. First, relevance to your research. Why is this source important? Does it support your argument, offer a counterargument, or just give background information? For example, if your topic is about environmental policy, does the source give you data that backs up the effectiveness of certain policies, or does it offer a counter narrative? Next, application to your argument. How are you planning to use the information in your research project? Is it going to be used to support a key point, provide compelling examples, or back up an expert's opinion? Think of this like a roadmap to how this source fits into your final paper. Last, impact on your perspective. Finally, think about how the source affected your thinking. Did it change or influence your perspective on your topic? Maybe it challenged assumptions you had or inspired new ideas. For example, you might have thought a certain policy was working well, but this source showed you some weaknesses, and now you're reconsidering your stance. Now it's time for you to try this out. Take one of your sources and write a short reflection based on the questions we just went over. Focus on how the source contributes to your argument, its relevance to your research, and how it may have shifted your perspective. Once you have reflected on the first article, you can go back and reflect on the other two. For example, let's say I have a scholarly article on climate change policies. In my reflection, I might say something like, this article provides new insights on the impact of carbon taxes on emission reductions, which directly supports my argument that economic incentives are effective in addressing climate change. The study offers real-world data that I'll use to back up my key point in the paper. It also challenged my initial assumption that carbon taxes were universally unpopular. This source showed that in some regions they have strong public support. Once you've completed your reflections for all three sources, you'll have a clear picture of how they contribute to your research project. Remember, this is your chance to show how each source plays a unique role in shaping your argument and deepening your understanding of the topic. Good luck, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and ask.